Hello, I'm Paul Chartier. Thanks for tuning into Heart of Gold. We've got ladies on from Provision Living at Beaumont, Carla Guthrie and Amber Lakin. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
We are here to talk about Alzheimer's, and you've got the facility in Lexington, the experts where families of people will go that have Alzheimer's. But Amber talked about the overbridging comment about what Alzheimer's is all about.
Yes, well, the Alzheimer's Association is actually the largest private funder of research in the country, and they do so much good. And we deal with so many families on a daily basis that really just don't know where to turn. And sometimes when they're searching for what to do or they're searching for help, they come to us at Provision Living, and we offer a lot of different types of support that they can have. One thing that we have that's very special, or one person that we have that's very special, is Carla on our team. Carla used to run the Best Friends Day Center for 10 years. And
that's at
she has,
Alzheimer's?
Yes, the
Okay.
Alzheimer's Association used to have a day center
Okay.
that they ran for about 25 years. And so Carla helped with that for about 10.
And was that an actual facility in Lexington?
It was, and Second Presbyterian Church.
Okay.
They were there probably for 18 years.
And is still in operation?
No, it's split from the Alzheimer's Association. It went under Christian Care umbrella, and now they are out at in Brannon Crossing.
Okay.
And it's the Best Friends Center still. I mean, it's all still intact. It's just at a different location.
20 years ago, 30 years ago, what did people do with Alzheimer's? Was it diagnosed as that? Or what's happened that in the last 10, 15 years, it's become like this very visible organization?
Well, I can answer that because my dad had Alzheimer's about 18 years ago, and so we didn't know what Alzheimer's was. I mean, we really didn't even know if that's what he had. So there was very little that was known back then. I mean, we know so much more today. So yeah, they didn't really know too much, and there was not very much help or support back then. And so now there's just a lot more.
We've heard of Alzheimer's. What is it?
Well, it's a disease that's not part of normal aging. And it's when you have memory impairment or memory loss that affects different parts of your brain. And there are over 70 types. So one of the things that Carla talks about is how now we're seeing so many mixed types of dementia. So it can get a little hard to diagnose Alzheimer's in particular because someone may have more than one type.
And there's no cure. You know, there's no known cure at this time. And the only way they can truly tell what type of dementia it is by an autopsy when they're dead.
Oh my goodness. Is dementia age-related? Is it genetic? I mean, is it predictable?
It is. Your chances increase after the age of 65. There are some different types of dementia that are genetic. Huntington's disease is one. There's several others. So there's a lot of different things. So it could be a lot. It could even be environmental.
You can't prevent it. You can't fix it. So at Provision Living, when they come to you, what do you do?
So we actually have a 32 apartment memory care, and it's a beautiful memory care. It's where it's nice. It's not too big, it's not too small. We have beautiful walking path courtyards. The way that we're staffed is we actually have a lot of support for the families in addition to care for the residents. So, by having Carla on our staff, when we have residents, this is such a hard thing for a family to go through. I mean, if you could only imagine coming to the point with a loved one to where you realize you can't do it anymore, you can't do it alone. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Like, we'll meet people sometimes that come in and they've had a parent who has said, never put me anywhere. I want you to take care of me for the rest of my life, not realizing that, they're going to develop dementia or develop Alzheimer's, and they're going to start taking their loved one away from their job and away from their family, and it's going to become so hard that they're going to need to be able to reach out and have other types of help. So at Provision Living, I mean, we have residents that will move in, and we're going to be able to have their family come and enjoy getting to eat meals with them, get to be with them, and then to come to support groups with us and be able to really come into a family type community where they're going to have, it's going to be a lot more than just a place to live.
As a layperson, understanding dementia is either I'm reading it or it's verbal, but you've got a device that we've got a video that we're going to watch, but explain how this device works.
It's the Virtual Dementia Tour, and it simulates what a person would be like, what a participant in the tour would feel like if they had dementia for 8 minutes.
Well, let's watch the video and learn something more about what you all do at Provision Living.
Before beginning the virtual dementia experience, PK Bevel, the inventor of the VDT, shared some important insights and information.
Millions of family caregivers out there are not trained, and they have a loved one living at home who is going deeper and deeper into the abyss. What is it that you see most in these people and that you hope most to give them?
I think so many times families are as struck by the disease as the person with dementia, and they become immobilized. One of the ways they cope with it is to try to put a little bit of a screen between themselves and the person that they love. There are so many ways that people can introspectively look at this disease, and my hope is that this is their opportunity to do that.
I'm about to do it, and I have little butterflies. I really do. I have little butterflies because I'm about to experience something that my mom experienced. And my mom is gone, my grandmom's gone, and it makes me feel closer to them. And I feel a little bit guilty because I didn't get to do it while they were living.
Once a lot of family members who have experienced what you've experienced go through it, the first thing that lights up in their head is, wow, I wish I had known.
The tour starts by being outfitted with devices that simulate certain aspects of dementia, along with physical impairments many seniors experience. The gloves cause loss of fine motor skills, so buttoning clothes becomes difficult. The goggles simulate macular degeneration and loss of peripheral vision. And the headphones restrict and distort hearing and comprehension. Once geared up, PK gave us some tasks to perform in about 5 minutes. All sounds simple, similar to what our loved ones with dementia might need to do in their daily lives.
Fold all the towels, find the sweater, put it on, and button 3 buttons. Your time starts now.
Winston is a devoted husband to his wife of 57 years who has Alzheimer's disease.
I cannot find the money. I believe you said 17 cents.
Chella cares for her mom, who now lives in a facility due to worsening dementia.
I heard you say something about a pill bottle. I just don't know where they are.
And Maureen provides family support to her dad, whose memory problems are worsening.
I really cannot hear what you're saying.
Was I supposed to do something with the medicine? Oh my gosh, if I was supposed to do something with the medicine.
When it was over, we were all pretty stunned, but I didn't expect it to affect me so deeply.
I don't think we appreciate how hard it is for them. I couldn't remember 3 things she told me to do.
It was just mind-baffling. It's just something I never experienced, and it was different.
Can you imagine being in an environment where you have this disease and nobody's giving you the details?
Oh.
See there?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
being isolated would be horrible.
It'd be great if our doctors who diagnosed our loved ones would prescribe this for us. Like if we had had this 4 years ago, my husband and I could have been such better caregivers.
I really feel that this population is so misunderstood and so undervalued. And this really does give us just a way to close the gap, as you say, a way to close the gap.
That's really something. Do people, you both have great backgrounds with Alzheimer's. The people that have Alzheimer's, do they get frustrated by going through that process? Or are they at a point where they really don't understand what's happening?
They don't understand what's happening.
So we, as adult children, of course, don't want to see our parents go through that. So it's really the caregiver that's really going through as much of the pain and anguish as the person that they're helping.
But if they go through the tour, it also helps them be more empathetic and also be a better
Absolutely.
caregiver and have just a better understanding, maybe get them over that hump of having maybe that extra dose of patience.
So who can they call? Who can the people watching call to experience that?
Well, they can call us at Provision Living.
Okay.
So a great way to see our information is on provisionliving.com,
Okay.
And then following it to the Beaumont Centre location. Or also we have a Facebook page, Provision Living at Beaumont Centre. And when our building is open, we'll be holding virtual dementia tours there, not just for our families, but also for our caregivers, so that our staff
Good.
actually go through the tour, and it helps them have a very unique perspective when taking care of persons with dementia, because they're going to be a lot more empathetic. So to have them do that that. And then we're also going to do some for the public. We've already been doing several, training different groups that work with older adults. Like they're doing one tomorrow for the YMCA, that work with seniors. And we've done a few for some other agencies, including the Alzheimer's Association support group leaders went through. So that was a really very beneficial thing.
And with both of you having experience with the Alzheimer's Association, they have an annual walk that'll be coming. Do you know enough about the details? Because I know we've got something on the screen that we're going to show about the upcoming walk. But you two have been to the walk?
Oh yeah.
What happens at the walk?
Well, I do have to brag a little bit because 3 years in a row I've been the biggest fundraising team captain in Lexington, and I'm going for year 4 here with Provision Living now.
That is on tape.
And I've been on her team.
She has a big, valuable team member
all
here.
this time.
Where does the walk happen? And
it happens downtown at the courthouse.
Okay.
And so they've moved the walk to August so that way we don't have to worry about taking place during any UK games.
Good.
Having it in August. And it's a wonderful time. Everyone comes together, and you'll see people who are currently having a family member who's going through Alzheimer's. You'll see a lot of support from professionals in the community.
And you can join an existing team or make your own team up.
You can join our team. If you
I don't
go
know
to
what you're- I don't know
alz.org
what you're
and join
talking
Provision
about.
Living Team.
so by being on the Alzheimer's side, when people call the phone number, why are they calling, and then what can you do for them when you answer that telephone?
When they call for at Provision Living or at the Alzheimer's
Alzheimer's.
Association.
Yeah.
When they call the Alzheimer's Association, they'll have a 24-hour helpline, so people can call if they're just frustrated, if they don't know what to do. It's a great resource for the community because you can call and they can talk to you about different physicians that are available, that are neurologists in town, some different social workers that people can work with, so all kinds of different resources.
And they have support groups and family care caregiver workshops, all kinds of great resources. I mean, they've got all kinds of information on the internet. It's just, they've got a lot of great information.
In the last couple of minutes, we'll give the phone number for Provisional Living before we end. We'll just give it now. Go ahead. What is it?
859-213-1048.
And when people call, you can connect them to the Alzheimer's Association, also set up tours, and you're going to have an open house for the public.
We will.
And tell people where your beautiful building is located.
It's right in the heart of Beaumont Centre.
Yes.
Right there off Beaumont Circle on Monarch, so kind of across from the Kroger. And we're right there beside the Moondance Theater also. So we've got a big, beautiful patio that overlooks that theater, and it's just going to be a wonderful place to be and live.
And in the last minute, how can an adult child know if their parent is getting signs of Alzheimer's or dementia?
You kind of give a little gut feeling. You're noticing things that they might be doing, like losing things. You might see Post-it notes all over with dates and times. They may not be eating. They may be leaving spoiled food in the refrigerator. They may be forgetting to feed their dog or overfeed their dog. There's just a lot of little signs, and you're thinking, oh well, might be stress. It might be a little bit more than stress. So they can always call. They can always call me. I'm the family support mentor. I'm a community resource person for anyone in the community. Even if they don't live with us, I connect the dots for them, or they can call the Alzheimer's Association, the 1-800 number, and they can help them as well. So there's a lot more help today than there used to be.
Amber, thanks for being on. Carla, thanks as well. And one more time, give the phone number and then we'll close out.
Okay, 859-421-9687.
Got it. Thank you very much, ladies.
Thank
and
you.
best of luck with this beautiful building.
Thank you.
You're doing great things in Lexington for the Alzheimer's folks and their caregivers. I'm Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.